This morning on Eagle Vision News, who took home the trophy this year at Biola's mock rock competition?
And a closer look at how Biola Baseball plans to wrap up their season.
Plus, we give you ideas for fun activities while exploring LA. All this and more coming up on Eagle Vision News. Good morning and welcome to Eagle Vision News. I'm Elise Kelly.
I'm Brieana Jordan.
And I'm Josh Klaasen.
Making headlines this morning, the world of politics made a big announcement this week. Ted Cruz and John Kasich have joined together in hopes of stopping Trump. Cruz and Kasich have now announced that they will coordinate in several upcoming primaries. This is a last resort effort to prevent Donald Trump from reaching the 1237 delegates needed for the nomination before the Republican National Convention. Cruz is focusing on the Indiana primary, while Kasich is focusing on Oregon and New Mexico. After releasing their plan to divide and conquer, Donald Trump replied by saying their plan is weak and pathetic. Trump believes this joint effort in politics should be illegal, just as it would be in the business world. This partnership should not be viewed as a formal alliance, but is being left open as a possibility for more division of the map in the future. And a story that is not only heartbreaking for our community, but has also made national news. Last Tuesday, Biola students, their parents, and faculty received an email regarding a potential hate crime incident that occurred in Blackstone Hall. A swastika was drawn on the door of an African-American student's dorm room earlier this month. The incident was reported on Monday, and the email was sent out the following Tuesday. Little has been released about the situation thus far, and the suspect that drew the swastika is unknown. Biola held a housing forum and a racial incidents panel for students last week. Campus police are working with the LA County Sheriff's Department to investigate the incident as a possible hate crime. And Biola Baseball is finishing up their regular season. Reporter Brett Thune has more on the story.
The Eagles season is coming to a close and the team looks to end on a high note. After 3 months of play, the team is currently holding a record of 27-23, and in GSAC standings, the Eagles are sitting in 5th spot. But before Biola advances to the GSAC tournament on May 9th, the team has their sights on something that hasn't been done all season: defeat Vanguard. Now, normally on weekends, these seats will be full of cheering students and fans, but Biola will finish their regular season on the road, where they look to snap a 3-game losing streak against Vanguard University. The team faced off against the second-place Lions earlier in the season, but dropped all 3 games in the series. Both teams will be looking to break their losing streaks and carry that momentum into the GSAC tournament. Biola will finish the season with a winning record at home, but could lose their winning record on the road if they're unable to hold off Vanguard. When asked what the team's plans to succeed were, Coach Jay Sullinger said this: "Winning, as with anything, is a process. Teaching and getting on board the right group of people and having them work as a team takes time. We have been faithful to build something with God at the center. This team and program have only scratched the surface of what is possible." The coach clearly has faith that his team can accomplish great things, and his players will have their chance to prove him right on May 9th when Biola competes for the GSAC Tournament Championship. For all your sports needs, I'm Brett Thune, reporting for Eagle Vision.
Reporter Lynn Holver joins us this morning with a few fun activities to check out in LA. Lynn, you and I have explored Southern California quite a bit, and last week we attempted to go to this new place in LA. Unfortunately, there was a 3-week wait list, but what can people expect at the Dog Cafe?
You know, Elise, if people don't make reservations, they can expect to wait, but more than that, they can expect a lot of slobbery kisses. America's very first dog cafe, open in downtown Los Angeles, gives customers the chance to get their coffee and puppy fix all in one place. The Dog Cafe has a mission of reinventing the way people connect with rescue dogs who need a home. The cafe offers a relaxed environment where people can pay a small fee to spend an hour playing and interacting with dogs while sipping on coffee brands that benefit local rescue partners. And for those who don't want their doggy hour to end, the cafe has a website where people can go through the adoption process of giving their new friend a forever home. And for those wanting to escape the crowds and get off the beaten path, head on over to the old abandoned zoo in Griffith Park. Griffith Park has been home to the zoos of Los Angeles for decades. Although this zoo site was abandoned in 1966, it is still open for visitors to hike through the buildings and picnic inside empty exhibit sites. Many of the animal cages are also still in place, letting people see the narrow confinements and cages the animals were kept in. This destination is great for people who are looking to explore a local spot with history. And if you're looking to end your LA day with a sweet treat, look no further than Sweet Lady Jane Bakery. This bakery opened its doors on May 5, 1988, and has since gained a reputation for having only the best top quality desserts. Head baker Jane Lockhart sticks to using fresh ingredients and no preservatives, creating desserts that have landed her features on channels like the Food Network and Access Hollywood. And her biggest crowd pleaser, her signature triple berry cake, made up of 3 different fresh berry layers and topped with buttercream swirls. Even the sweet lady herself says this cake isn't to die for, it's to live for.
Thanks, Lynn. Speaking of fun activities to do near Biola, the bike community is booming in Santa Monica. Reporter Kara Ramey takes us there.
The Santa Monica City Council is aiming to become the #1 bike-friendly city in Southern California. The City Council set a bike action plan on August 10th to help with the traffic congestion and economic health. The City Council's latest addition to the plan is the Breeze Bike Share, with 508 speed bikes at 75 locations. The process of bike sharing is simple. After downloading the Social Bicycle app, just enter in the code and remove the lock. And when you're done with your trip, just return it to any nearby Breeze station. Los Angeles tourist and first-time user Jennifer Muldoon goes through the steps to join the bike share membership. Members can rent the bikes by hourly, monthly, or yearly rates. In 5 to 20 years, Santa Monica plans to make biking accessible for residents' daily use and to reach all ages and types of people as a world-class bicycling community. This has been Kara Ramey reporting with Eagle Vision News.
Making entertainment headlines, this morning, sports reporter Erin Andrews settles Peeping Tom lawsuit with the Nashville Marriott Hotel. Andrews' attorney, Randall Kinnard, informed E! News that the litigation is over and Erin is satisfied with the settlement. The lawsuit was regarding an online video of Andrews that was filmed and posted without her consent. In the video, she was naked and getting dressed in her hotel room. A year later, Michael David Barrett pleaded guilty to stalking Andrews and shooting the video through the peephole of her hotel door. Barrett was sentenced to prison for 30 months. Andrews then eventually sued the hotel for $75 million. Several ups and downs occurred throughout the litigation process, but it ended with the hotel being 51% responsible for the suit, with Barrett being 49% responsible. Although the particulars of the settlement have not been disclosed, Andrews is happy with the way things turned out, and the drama she's been through over the past several years seems to be at an end. Ricky Gervais wants to host the Oscars, but openly states choosing him would not be the best idea. Gervais has hosted the Golden Globes 4 times and has been asked to host them again in 2017. Despite the rumors that he views hosting the Golden Globes as a bit of a burden, he claims to enjoy it and loves coming back to host nearly every year. Gervais says he would love to host the Oscars, and would only if they allowed him to say whatever he wanted. But he admittedly states that they would never consent to that, and he'd probably be kicked off the stage during his opening monologue. The 2017 Golden Globes will take place on January 8th. The Oscars are a couple months later, on March 4th. And we'll just have to wait and see if everyone is able to work something out. If so, it could get interesting. And last weekend, Biola held its annual mock rock dance competition. Reporter Sydney English was there and has more on the story.
Mock rock has finally arrived at Biola University, and this year it was a little different. Quite a few additions were made to this lip-syncing competition to make this the best one yet. This year, the crowd witnessed a collaboration between the 2 major dance groups on campus, Biola Dance Crew and Zopak.
Frenemies, Friends and Enemies were a mix of BDC, Biola Dance Crew, and Zopak.
The audience got up close and personal with the performers this year with the addition of 2 catwalks. A new stage required teams to incorporate interactive choreography.
Behind me is the stage newly designed for Mock Rock 2016, including 2 catwalks for maximum crowd interaction.
Instead of having judges this year, the directors determined the winner entirely based on texted-in votes.
So following all of the performances, there will be recap videos that take place, and then the audience will be allowed to text in their vote.
One thing that hasn't changed is the lack of sleep among students preparing for Mock Rock.
Sleep. I forgot what it was like to sleep.
I haven't slept in a while.
Haven't gotten any sleep. It's horrible.
We've been up till like 5 the past few nights.
But the biggest difference at Mock Rock this year was the results of the competition. For the first time in history, SOS won Mock Rock.
A lot of people, I feel like, view SOS as kind of like the underdogs. They just kind of do it to like get to know each other. So I'm hoping that this year we can kind of like change that perception so that people view us more as like, wow, they're actually really good dancers.
Reporting from Biola University, this is Sydney English with Eagle Vision News.
So, Brieana, what does a typical breakfast look like for you?
Well, lately it's been Eggos, the original buttermilk ones with butter and a lot of syrup, turkey bacon, and eggs either scrambled or sunny side up. Okay. How about you, Elise?
Like you got all your food groups in there. So when I eat a food, I like to eat that food. Like I get hooked on it. So I've been eating overnight oats every day for the past 2 years, and I put different berries in it or different fruit and stuff, and that's my go-to.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it's really good. Well, this morning we have a special treat for you. Reporter Joshua's son has a recipe that will mix up your mundane breakfast menu.
Thanks, Alice. Hey guys, welcome to Joshua's Kitchen. Today in Joshua's Kitchen, we will learn how to combine eggs and tea as a breakfast. I know, sounds crazy, right? But actually it's not that bad. You know, Joshua's Kitchen is always leading you to an easier and better life. And that's why you need Joshua's Kitchen. First, let's see what we need for tea eggs.
We need 6 eggs, 4 tablespoons soy sauce, 1 bag of black tea, 3 pieces of star anise, 1 cinnamon stick, 1 teaspoon black pepper, 1 teaspoon brown sugar, 1 teaspoon salt, and water. Dry tangerine peel. As long as you have all of them, let's start. First, we need to place eggs in a pot of cold water. Pay attention, it's cold water. Cover the pot and make sure the eggs are completely submerged by water. Bring eggs to a boil. After the boil, simmer for 2 more minutes. After 2 minutes, and when it's finished, rinse the eggs with cold water. And now you need a spoon. With the spoon, you need to tap the eggs gently using the back of the spoon. After all of the eggs are tapped, you need to put the eggs back to the pot. Now let's add the tea bag and all ingredients except soy sauce. Alright, and mix it. Next, we need to add the soy sauce. And then cover the pot. Bring the eggs to a boil again. After the boil, we need to turn the heat down to low and let it simmer for 15 to 20 minutes. After 15 to 20 minutes, turn off the heat. And when you finish this part, actually you are done. What you only need to do next is to leave the eggs in the pot overnight. In the next morning, when you wake up, the tea eggs are ready for you.
Hey guys, it's so much easier than you thought, right? Making a food is not very hard, especially in Joshua's Kitchen. After this episode, I wish you will not struggle with your breakfast anymore. Instead, making people jealous of what you have. Or what do you learn from Joshua's Kitchen? Enjoy your food, enjoy your life. This is Joshua's Kitchen and I'm Joshua. I will see you next time.
Speaking of food and drinks, this past weekend, Beyonce not only debuted a video album titled Lemonade, but she also dropped the 12-track album on Tidal. But it's the lyrics to her songs and the words that she says in the video that has people talking. Lemonade premiered on HBO, and the 30-minute video was separated by chapter titles like Intuition, Denial, Apathy, Emptiness, and Resurrection. Just like previous albums, Beyonce sings about love, but in her new songs, it implies that someone screwed up and it wasn't Beyonce. In the opening line of the album, she says, "You can taste the dishonesty, it's all over your breath as you pass it off so cavalier." There's debate of who Beyonce could be talking about, including her husband, Jay-Z, her father, or perhaps just an imaginary scenario, which I'm sure is the option that we would rather have. But already the internet has created one good argument of who could be trifling in Bey's marriage, and it's pretty convincing. Beyonce's fans, otherwise known as the Beehive, are taking a stand against Rachel Roy. They're accusing her of causing issues between the rapper and singer. Rachel is a fashion designer based in New York City, also known as Becky with the Good Hair from the song Sorry. She could have been the one who sparked the infamous elevator fight back in 2014 when Solange, Beyonce's sister, hit Jay-Z. On Twitter, Rachel tweeted, "I respect love, marriages, families, and strength. What shouldn't be tolerated by anyone, no matter what, is bullying of any kind." She says she respects marriages, but doesn't deny any involvement. This also leads to my conclusion that the hot sauce in Beyonce's bag is not the condiment. She could be talking about a baseball bat, and you see it in the Lemonade visual album video. Bey is carrying a bat and is doing some damage to cars and windows. Furthermore, it's probably a symbol to others who want to mess with her and her marriage may get the same kind of damage done to them. If you haven't seen Lemonade, then go. Just leave and watch it. This has been Too Much Internet.
Speaking of marriage, that's a pretty big conversation here on campus. And while Ring by Spring might be a topic that students like to joke about, it's actually pretty common here at Biola. Reporter Autumn Kahn asked around to see what students really think about getting that ring by spring.
These bells are not the only thing that ring for students. In fact, we went around campus to see what they think about Ring by Spring.
Ring by Spring is like a term when people are pressured to find like the one mate or one true love.
Well, I've always heard that Ring by Spring is something that's more done in sororities, but we don't really have that at Biola, so as far as Ring by Spring at Biola goes, I have no idea why it's a thing.
In my opinion, I think Ring by Spring is when you finally meet the girl of your dreams and you feel like you're at that point of your relationship where you can get married. And if it's before you graduate, then great, you know?
I'm not sure. I think that our culture is just really focused on, like Christian culture is really just focused on marriage and everything. So I don't really hear it happening at other universities so much. It's kind of more of a selling point at Biola.
I have some mixed views about it. I think if they're diligent about it and they actually plan for it and they have money to do that, then awesome. In most cases, I feel being in two different private Christian schools, they just want to have sex.
When we asked the girls if they were ready to get married, they all had a very similar and quick answer.
I have a boyfriend, but not anytime soon.
No, not anytime soon.
Well, I'm just waiting until after college to get all my homework done.
I would be heading to a chapel to get my ring, but I already have one. This is Autumn Kahn reporting for Eagle Vision News.
Brooke Carlucci is in the studio with our weather update. Brooke, will April showers bring May flowers?
Brieana, we might be seeing some rain, but let's take a look at this very interesting photograph. All right, I have a question for you guys. Is this the inside of a computer or is this an aerial shot of Hong Kong? That's right, this is an aerial shot of Hong Kong. It's pretty cool. Now let's take a look at our current conditions today. We have this morning 52 degrees, a little bit chilly, and then it went up to 70 degrees, feeling comfortable, and dropping down to 56 in the evening. We've got a sunrise at 6:08 this morning and sunset at 7:30. That summer feel, we love it. And let's take a look at our national forecast. Okay, we've definitely got a hotness in Texas, 84 over there, and we are seeing that seasonal weather here on the West Coast. Colorado, it's looking like they have some snow, and over there in Maine, they are feeling the cold with 30 degrees. Now let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. On Wednesday, tomorrow, we're going to feel a high of 71, feeling good, everyone, and a low of 55 at night. Thursday, we're dropping down to 68, and that's where we have that cold chance of showers. We have about 30% chance of showers. And on Friday, we're getting warm again. That's feeling like California, 72 degrees all day, and then at night, we're going to 55. And Saturday and Sunday, we have that nice summer feel with 75 and 77, a high of 58 on Sunday night. And Monday and Tuesday, ooh, it feels good. Monday, we've got 80 degrees as the high, and Tuesday, we've got a high of 74, so that feels pretty good. All right, that's all we have for you guys today.
That's all we have for you this morning, but be sure to join us next week for the latest update happening in Biola news.
And we'll give you a closer look at this year's Mosaic Masquerade.
Until then, you can keep up with us online. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Biola EV, and subscribe to our channel on YouTube to see previous shows.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.